Hey guys, this is SF and War God Nirvana is the new impossible from the anime following after Doom, and my team is going to be Izanami, Bishamoten, Sakamoto Ryoma, and then Ascended Noah. Very legit party. I'm kind of sorry it's not a little bit easier in terms of party, in terms of like difficulty in getting these monsters. Although you can Izanami and then Bishamoten, but mainly you want 3 meteors in the team, and then main gimmicks is gravity barriers and warps. So you see the skulls, there are pierce obstructors, so only bounce monsters can go through them, and there are 2 kinds. So there's one with the skulls and one with the normal attack. Basically clear out the normal attacks, because if you clear out the skulls will do homings, and then you want to, so you don't want to kill them. And then the dragonflies on top will shoot out warps and will revive the skulls with the actual skulls on them that shoots out the homings when they're dead. So there's no one hit KO from the dragonflies or the skulls, so that's okay, but you can get whittled down if you stay here for too long. But you want to have at least 2 bounce, 2 pierce, but this time I'm bringing 3 pierce and 1 bounce. If you want to bring monsters, because you need pierces near the end of the stage in the boss bars, but you can also bring monsters that can change their hit styles on their strike shots. So something like Verdandi will be very good because she's a bounce monster and her SS can make her a pierce. And I'm just whittling down the dragonfly, because once the dragonfly is done, then I move on to the next stage. Okay. Second stage is pretty much the same. It's just you need a little bit of positioning if you don't want to stay here forever. Okay, there goes dragonfly on the bottom, and then you gotta clear off the top dragonfly, and then the skulls afterwards. So Bishamoten, hopefully. Nope, nowhere near close. And that's where you want some positioning, because it's just gonna take forever to move your pierce monsters upwards to actually deal damage to the dragonflies on top or bottom, wherever you need the damage. But there are hearts, so it's okay, you can stall here as long as there's hearts. Like I said, there's no one hit KO from anything, you just get whittled down forever. And Izanami just try to take care of some of the skulls. Dragonflies will never revive the skulls with the numbers on them. They will only revive the skulls with the actual skulls on them. Okay, just one more shot from Noma will be it. And there's a guy to help me. There we go. And then the skulls move out. Okay, next stage, it is mini boss. Nothing too crazy, just clear out the skulls on the right side, top right side, and then you should be okay. But since only bounce monsters can go through there, I'm going to attack the mini boss. It's not really a mini boss, because if you clear it, then you don't move on to the next stage. You still have to keep on going until you take care of the dragonflies. But the guy actually doesn't do that much, actually, in general. It's only the dragonflies are the really annoying part of the dungeon. Okay. And there goes the little mini boss dude. And then there's a warp. Sad face. Okay. But in terms of other monsters, Mika is also good. The Transcendent Mika, or Mika. She also can become a pierce monster when she uses her strike shot, so that's a good bounce monster to have. Other bounce monsters, Gennai. Gennai is a no gravity barrier and no warp monster. Some of you might know because he recently came out in the NA version. And then next stage, Snowball. Snowball, you have to clear off the 2 little machine things onto the left and right side of the map. What they do is they will recover, they will heal Snow White, snowball, and then they will revive the mobs, the little mobs on the bottom that deals most of the damage. And the really special thing about Snowball in this dungeon is that when you hit her, she speeds up. And this is the whole reason why I bring Sakamoto Roma, because just to clear off the minions with his Wood Slayer, and of course deal damage, and his strike shot is very good as well. You can also bring, like, in terms of fire monsters, you want to have like 2 fire monsters or 1 fire monster just for the snowball stages. But some other ones I see people use is Sanada Yukimura, because there are gravity barriers that's really good for a strike shot, and Nirvana also has gravity barriers around him, so you can use the strike shot to actually deal a lot of damage to him. But just slowly tackle Snow White. Okay. Next stage is also Snow White, and like just like the previous one, just aim for the little machine things, and Roma is in a good spot. Roma still needs at least 2 swipes just to get to the take the machines down, so just be careful with that. Water monsters, of course, takes more, and you have to hit the weak spot or else it won't do enough damage. Okay, once those guys are down, then you just hit Snow White to move on. The flower people, the flower girls, just deal damage when you kill them, so try not to kill them, but you know, Roma can one-shot them with his Wood Slayer, so just be careful of that. Okay, now boss is a little bit different. So Nirvana does not have weak spots on him, and what that means is that you'll deal basically zero damage, as you can see from Bishamoten. And how you get the weak spot is by clearing off the bottom left machine dude with the skull on it. And sadly, Roma's on top of a warp. And then there is a speed bomb. Speed bomb doesn't do that much damage, unlike Yamato Takeru Zero, so you don't have to worry about bringing like really high, fast, really slow monsters just to take in less damage. But you gotta clear off that robot dude, or else you'll never get any damage onto Nirvana. Okay, now there's the weak spot onto Nirvana, and that's inside his hitbox, so only pierce monsters can deal damage, and normal bounces like hitting the normal hitbox from Nirvana does not do any damage. So that's why you want pierce monsters. You want at least 3. I would think 3. Well, 3 is not needed, but like you need 2 minimum. But I think 3 is a little bit easier for the boss stages, although it does make the first few stages a little bit harder. And then once you trigger his HP trigger, then you just basically strike shot, because when he triggers his HP, he will revive mobs. He will revive the dragonflies, and the dragonflies are really annoying in general. So that's why you want to bring meteors, just to wipe out the mobs, because him himself doesn't do that much damage. It's more about the dragonflies reviving the skulls, and the skulls deal more damage, and then the dragonflies deal a lot of damage as well. And you just gotta clear him before the top right counter on Nirvana, because that's a one shot. Well, actually, it's not a one shot from what I see. It is 80k, and then there's a speed bomb attack, which plus like 6,000-7,000 depending on the monster that gets hit. Okay, second stage, basically the same thing. Clear out the monster, the robot dude from the top, to get the weak spot onto Nirvana. And make sure you clear off the middle skull as well. I do not want to use any of my meteors before Nirvana hits the trigger, because he will revive the dragonfly, and then I have to worry about the dragonfly again. And as you can see, that's a lot of damage from the dragonflies alone. Okay. Next is Roma. I'm just going to go side by side, just to pick him off the trigger. And there we go. Okay, trigger time, and this is where you stretch out for the meteor, and Noah is also a meteor. It is a chain meteor. Technically, in hindsight, I should have done it on the last bar, because there's more minions on the last bar, but it's more than enough As long as you have meteors, then it should be okay. Just make sure you hit the dragonflies, and 3 guys hit for 1,000,000, and that's pretty much most of his HP past the trigger mark. And Izanami just clear out the skull in the middle because he just does, the skull does a lot of damage. And then basically clear within 3 turns, and I missed my gauge shot, which was almost bad because I could have gotten killed, but good thing I used a meteor there. Okay, last stage. Something you have to worry about the last stage is the skull that gets revived from the dragonfly in the middle, on the middle left, between the ones that actually has the numbers. They will not be revived by the dragonfly, so you can clear them off, clear that skull off as fast as you can, just to make some space for you. The top ones do get revived from what I've remembered. But anyways, just clear out the robot on the bottom left, get the weak spot, and save my strike shots until the HP trigger goes down. Almost. And boom. And there's the trigger. And then basically the same thing. Like I said, in hindsight, I should have used Noah's here because there are 3 skulls in the middle that I could have just hit with the chain meteor, but it's okay. Some people really like Nanami in here. I can see why. There's a lot of mob clearing. You just need mob clearing and mob clearing strike shots. You don't actually have to have meteors, but Nanami is really good because you can just her bomb combo. And I'm going to strike shot with Bishan Mountain. Hit the 2, hit the 3 monsters that you really need to hit. There we go. The bomb combo from 2 turns, that's a little bit sketchy, but I'm going to strike shot anyways. But Nanami's bomb combo, the breath, can go through the weak spot, and that does a lot of damage. And then one last shot. And then one last shot from Noah. Boom, boom. And there we go. In terms of difficulty, Impossibles is not that bad. It's in the middle pack of Impossibles, like around, I guess, Daigoku level right now. But as long as you have mob clearing strike shots like meteors or command strike shots, then it works really well. You want 2 bounce and 2 pierce for a safe clear. And then no gravity bear and no warp monsters, so Nanami, Micah, and those kinds of monsters are really good. But that's pretty much it for me. I hope you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.